Hey, Amanda here. I'm going to show you how to create 3 different types of designs inside Canva using the match and move transition. Let's go. So there's 3 different designs that I want to share with you to hopefully spark some inspiration if you're looking to create a animation, explain a video, or just a video explaining a concept. And the first one is this illustrative flat illustration style, and all of the assets are in Canva. But what I want to show you is how to use match and move to zoom in and zoom out. It's such a neat trick, and for this little interaction, I've used 3 slides. So here we have Bob, who is holding a map at the moment. He's an explorer. He loves exploring around the world. And we're going to zoom in on Bob and pop out a little speech bubble with some text, and then zoom back out and then place Bob to the left. So I'll show you what that looks like. So zooming in, where to next, zooming out. Whoop. Oh, before you see what's happening next. So that's the first interaction or the first design that we'll create together. And the second one is a infographic. So in the next design that I'll share with you, you can really recreate some very cool infographic designs to help guide your user or your viewer across the page or certain sections of your infographic that you may have. I'll show you the example. We can dissect. So here we have a map, zooming into a pin with a pop-up, moving across the page to another pin and another pop-up, zooming down, zooming across, and then zooming back out. So that was all one graphic, and with some added little elements to really make the infographic more educational with some pop-ups. So you can really share this as a presentation. If you are presenting and using Canva, you can guide your audience across different sections of your infographic. And also you can use it for, let's say, an interactive infographic. You can share this to, share it as a Canva link to someone and then have them click on, sections of the screen to zoom in and zoom out, provided that you add in buttons to go back and forth as well. Now, the next example is a great way of using some nice emotive imagery, or if you have some photographs of, for this instance, I've created a team and you want to get to know your team. So this is a great way to do so. So we're zooming in, meet Ted, meet Leah, meet Anika, meet Mandy, and meet Rav. So that is also a great example in how we can use one static graphic and move it around. To add moments of delight with this experience, you can also add in, a little button underneath Meet Rav, and you can click more and read his profile as well. So lots of ways to design this. So let's take you through the design process. Okay, so let's start with the blank canvas. I just have a video canvas here, and we're going to do Bob the Explorer. Now I'm going to start with a colored background. So in the background color selector, I'm going to select a nice pale orange. And I'm going to create a ground for Bob to stand on. So we'll insert shape. Let's just use a square. And we're going to create a piece of ground for him to stand on. And I'm going to change that color to a darker orange. And the illustration that I'm using for Bob, he's a outlined illustration with some block colors in him. So I'm going to create an outline for this orange. So I'm just going to do outline. I'll keep it at 4 and we can adjust it when we place Bob on the canvas. So I'm just going to move this width out and the height down. So it's just a clean line there. Now let's find Bob. I forgot which one I used. Yep, I got Bob. If you want to find him, type in simple lined man using a map. So if I click him, I think there's a whole suite of him here. There you go. Oh, and you can also change his colors and find perhaps some other illustrations that are similar to Bob's style. Now going back to Bob, I'm going to place him just in the center. I'm going to make him a little bigger. Let's see. See what he looks like. Yep, just like about medium sized. Whoop. Great. So what we want to start our match and move experience with is a base graphic. So when I say a base graphic, it'll be the graphic that you use to then duplicate and then move and stretch and manipulate to then create that match and move transition in between. So to do that, make sure that whatever your design is, that you group that design. So we're going to group Bob and the ground. So just Control G or drag both and click select both, then right click and group. And then I'm going to move the seconds down just to about 2 seconds. Okay, so now here I'm going to right click the first slide, duplicate, and I want to zoom in on Bob. So how I'd like to do this is just to have more canvas and more space to play around with. I'm just going to reduce the size of the page, and then I'm going to use the corners here. I'm going to drag outwards, select and drag outwards to just create a larger Bob. Now for the magic, I'm going to click in between the slides and add transition and select match and move. I like to increase the duration to about like maybe 1 second so it feels a bit longer, and just select play. Whoop. Nice and smooth. So maybe I'm going to make him a little bit bigger. Yeah, because we want to like get up right in his face in a nice way. So hitting play, zoom in, beautiful. So you can still see his map and, oh, where is it? So you can still see his map and his face, which is nice. Now I'm going to add in a speech bubble because here we have a zooming in speech bubble. So let's do speech bubble. So I'm going to duplicate again this slide. So either select Control D or right click duplicate and you'll have your same slide. Now add in your element. I'm going to add in a speech bubble. So here, let's just make that bigger. And I'm going to make that white. So go into your color selector and select the color white and create an outline. Design consistency is very important, everyone, so ensure that your outline is the same size as Bob's outline. So just play it by guesstimation, and that's my guesstimation. What do I have? At 7 as the border weight. And now I'm going to add in some text. Where to next? What's your and then that's it. So now we can add in a transition. It just really fades him in, or instead of the transition, you can remove the transition and then add in a pop-up effect for the speech bubble. So there's lots of really cool, neat animations that you can use, but for this instance, maybe we'll just use rise. And on both, so on enter and on exit, it will rise, and do reverse animation for the exit. So it will rise in, and then when it exits the slide, it will rise back down. But what we're going to do is now create a zoom out effect of Bob and move him to the left. So let's right click, duplicate slide 3. And now I'm going to delete where to, reduce the size of the page so that you can have more room to play with, and just make him smaller again. There. And let's add in a transition. Match and move. I would increase the duration. Now, only because when you click play, if the duration of your transition is short, the micro animation is quite quick. So if I click play, it's like zoop, he goes up really, really quickly. But if I just drag that out to maybe like a second, he's like, woo, there you go, nice and smoother. I'm adding free special effects on the animations. But here, so let's play this all together. So if I'm going to hit preview, zooming in, where to next? Zooming out. Bam. That's it. So let's move on to the next design. Okay, so the next design that I'll be showing you is the map. So we're going to recreate this map and add in some of the pop-ups, look at how we can move our screen across each of the elements of the pins, and then zoom back out. Whoop. Let's do that. So what we're going to do is create a new design. Let's do a new video. And let's call this the map infographic. Cool beans. So it is a green background. Let's start with a green background. So in your color, background color selection, let's create a nice mint color. And we're going to insert our map, which I have magically here. And if you're looking to use this map, just type in lined minimal map with location pins, and that should take you to this graphic here. So what I'm going to do now is reduce the seconds of the slide, because 5 seconds is a very long time. Let's do 2 seconds. And I want to focus on this first pin here. So let's right click, duplicate, or Control D. And in this second slide, I'm going to, let's just zoom out so you have more play space. And I'm going to increase the scale size of this graphic so that it's just focusing on the pin. And what I'm going to do now is add in an arrow. So I have an arrow here. You can type in your elements, search elements arrow. You can pick whatever arrow that you like. Add in your arrow. I'm going to change that color to black and then flip the image. So vertical flip. Maybe I might just rotate it a little bit. And then I'm going to add in a square. So the reason why I'm not using a rounded corner square is because this map has sharp corners. Just little visual design things. And for the border, make sure that you also have a similar border weight. So I'm just going to eyeball it. Yeah, 5 it is. I'm just going to move that arrow to the front. And maybe move that across. Whoop, something like that. And then let's just add in the text. So we've got our header. Make sure you add a little heading. And you can also add in some body text. Bam. So that is your first and second slide. Now to add in the transition in between, let's add in transition and select match and move. So when we hit play, because it's quite quick, make sure you increase the duration of the second. So I like to do 1 second, and maybe also increase each of the slides to 2 seconds. So play. Oh, 2 seconds is very slow. My bad. Let's just do 1.5 seconds. Play. Zooming in. And now let's create more movement across the map. So I'm going to right click and duplicate again. So remember, for a seamless match and move, make sure you have your base graphic, whatever it may be. And from there, as a starting point, you are duplicating and creating copies, making a change, creating a copy, making a change. And what would that mean is that the graphic that you're using at the beginning is the same graphic and it's just moving around. So it's similar to Microsoft PowerPoint, match and move, or the morph transition. It's very, very, very similar. So same concept, yeah? So here I'm going to probably remove the blobs of text, and I'm going to move this graphic across to this corner here. And I'm going, I shouldn't have removed it because then I'm going to have to copy it and paste it over to the third slide. So copy your graphics, or if you want to add new graphics, you can add some iconography, add whatever you like. And I'm just going to select these, move it over here, and then add that there. Cool beans. And then let's add a transition, match and move. So if I were to play this, the transition again is still very short. So let's increase the timing of that. And let's hit play. Nice, nice. Ooh, I like that. Look at that. Oh, whoops. Oh. And then like the box just flies over the screen. Super cool. Let's increase. I don't know why the timing of that slide keeps on changing, but just increase the slide numbers. Yeah, so there's like a nice breather space in between the micro animations. Play. Nice, nice. Okay. Great. So now let's move the map down and then across and then out. So I'm going to, again, right click, duplicate. I'm going to remove this, remove this, remove this, and remove this. And I'm going to move the map down here. I am going to rotate this map just a little bit. So I have some play space, and you can then add your arrow in your box. So I'm going to copy this, copy this, copy this, copy this. Control C, and then Control V. Oh, Control V. And we can reverse flip that vertical. And then I'm going to move that down here. And then I'm going to use my box and move it there. And then I'm going to duplicate again. And then I'm going to move this map across here. Maybe I'm going to tilt it a little bit just for some fun on the page. You can even reduce the size. Play around with the sizes and the width and the angles and the rotation. Just adds it a bit more spice to your interactive infographic. And then move this box this way. I'm going to rotate and move the arrows upwards. And then I'm going to duplicate again. And then I'm going to delete this, delete this, delete this, delete this. And I'm going to zoom this map back into its original state-ish. Awesome. Let's add in the transitions in between. So going in between the slides, match and move, increase the duration to 1 second. Next slide, add match and move, increase the duration to 1 second. Next slide, add transition, match and move, 1 second. And then that's it. Let's play it all together. Match and move, pop up. Match and move, pop up. Match and move. Woo! Alright, so if you do have a head spin watching that, feel free to increase the duration of each of your slides to perhaps 2 seconds or 3 seconds to give a moment for your audience to read the text. Or if you have a voiceover, you can also add in some audio. And also, if you are presenting this, you can stand there and just read the slide and then hit the next button for it to then do a match and move transition in between. Okay, let's move on to the next design. All right, last one. Last design example to inspire you for your next project. So to recap, we will be creating something like this. Meet Ted, meet Leah, meet Anika, meet Mandy, and meet Rav. So this is a great example of using a static visual. It could be that you are introducing new team members to your team, or you have a beautiful graphic of nature and you want to spotlight and highlight different elements of your picture. So this is a great way to do it using the match and move effect. Let's see how we can recreate this. So let's go to File, Create New Design, Video. Awesome. I'm going to, so when I did like the mock-up of that, I typed in team, casual, photo, and a lot of photos came up. Not the corporate ones, yeah? Find something that's a bit authentic and nice. So you can pick whichever photo that you like or whatever floats your boat, that's fine. But I'm going to drag that image in. So I selected the image and I'm going to drag that outwards so it fits the whole screen or page nicely. And then here I'm going to reduce the 5 seconds down to 2 seconds. And I'm just going to duplicate. Let's start. So this is our base image and we are going to duplicate it. Right click duplicate or Control D. And then in the second slide, I'm going to just reduce the page zoom and increase the size of the image. I'm going to drag it out. And I'm going to really spotlight, crap, what's his name? What did I say his name was? Ted! I'm going to spotlight Ted. Our awesome dude, Ted. So it'll be team, meet the team, meet the team. Woohoo! We're going to meet Ted, so let's add in a text. Meet Ted. And I'm going to add in an effect, background. Oh, I love this text effect. I use it for a lot of my branding. But instead of roundness, I feel like this company has like sharp edges. Don't know why. Going for it. Black background and white text. Nice and clean. Meet it. Now, if this is a presentation, what you can also add in is buttons. So we can even add in a hyperlink to, let's say, I don't know, if your company uses like a SharePoint site or like a wiki or Notion or whatever to have more or a profile where we like an intranet, we can add in a link to meet Ted. I feel like this company is blue. I'm just playing around with this, and you can add in a look, meet Ted. Click here. Okay, you'll probably find a better call to action. My brain's just not functioning right now, but click here, meet Ted. Woohoo! And you can click. Oh, that's poor visual design choice. You should not use that. What you can do is, there you go. Isn't that much better? So no round corners for this visual. If it's round corners, make sure it's all consistent. But something like this. And then we can duplicate. And we're going to move this image across. I'm going to do this. We can even add some, you know, spice by scaling it up. And then I'm going to move this across. Ooh. And we are meeting, oh my gosh, my brain. I'm just not remembering the names that I wrote. Leah. We are meeting Leah. So Leah. Leah. And then we're going to duplicate again. Then I'm going to move this up. Just make sure we don't crop out Leah's face. There you go. And then I'm going to move this down and meet Anika. Click here. And then I'm going to duplicate and then move across. And we're going to meet Mandy. Meet Mandy. Mandy. And then duplicate. And then we're going to meet Rav. Awesome. Then meet Rav. Of course, you might have their, you know, role titles and departments and whatnot, but this is a rapid design session. Meet Rav. Then align. Okay, so now we're going to add in match and move, match and move, match and move. Let's do 1 second. Apply. You know what? Let's do a little hack. When you do a match and move, you can actually apply it between all pages, so you don't have to just click in between. Ready? Click. Oh, all done. And then you just hit play. Match and move. Meet Ted. Meet Leah. Meet Anika. Meet Mandy. Meet Rav. Now it's really, really fast, so let's slow it down a bit. So I'm going to increase the pages timing by maybe 3 seconds. 2.5 seconds and apply to all 6 pages. Oh, thanks Canva. Let's see this on a bigger screen. So play. Meet Ted. Hello Ted. Meet Leah. Hey Leah. Meet Anika. Hiya Anika. Meet Mandy. And then meet Rav. Beautiful. Well, that concludes the tutorial. I hope this has given you some inspiration and ideas on your next project. I would love to see what you can create with the match and move transition, so please feel free to tag me on the socials, and I can't wait to share with you more tutorials. Okay, bye!